Dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel MB Maths Academy. My name is Mohan Balaji, lecturer in mathematics. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. In this video I am going to discuss lesson partial fractions. It's a very small lesson but very useful doing problems in integration, differentiation, etc. Let me start the basic definitions of partial fractions. The first one is polynomial. An expression a0 into x power n plus a1 into x power n minus 1 plus a2 into x power n minus 2 plus so on an, where a0, a1, a2, an, so on an are real or complex numbers, is called a polynomial in X. Here small n belongs to capital N. Small n is a natural number. N is the degree of the polynomial where a0 is not equal to 0. Students, all of you observe this expression. This expression is called polynomial in X. Why? Because it is in terms of X, it is called polynomial in X. Next, observe the constants present in this expression a0, a1, a2, so on an. These are coefficients of x. These are all coefficients of x power n minus 1, x power n minus 2, so on. These coefficients may be real or complex numbers. They are constants. They may be real or complex numbers. They are simply coefficients of x power n minus 1, so on. Next, here look the powers n, n minus 1, n minus 2, so on. In these powers we have n. N is a natural number. You must take natural number. You should not take real numbers. Only natural numbers you have to take. Now here in these terms the leading term is a0 into x power n. Why? Because x, the power of x is highest, that is n. Here n is called degree of the polynomial. a0 is called leading coefficient. This is called the first term. a0 into x power n is called leading term in the polynomial. Now I am going to write some examples for polynomials in X. The first one, take some non-zero constant, for example 3. You know very well 3 can be written as 3 into x power 0. Here power of x is 0. It is called 0 degree polynomial. 0 degree polynomial. It is called 0 degree polynomial. Means simply a non-zero constant. A non-zero constant is a 0 degree polynomial. Now second one, take 2x plus 3. This is first degree polynomial. Why? Because the power of x is 1. It is first degree polynomial or linear polynomial. Linear polynomial. Now take some another expression, say 3x square plus x minus 7. Observe here the highest power is 2. This is second degree polynomial. It is called quadratic expression. Now I want to take one more, say ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Remember, the leading coefficient should not be 0. It should not be 0. A should not be 0. Its degree is 3. It is a third degree polynomial. It is called cubic polynomial. Now let me write one more example, say ax power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. Here also leading coefficient a should not be 0. It is called biquadratic polynomial. Why? Because the degree of this polynomial is 4. If you continue like that, you will get nth degree polynomial. Here highest power is n. For example, say 5x power 10 minus 4x cube plus 4x minus 6. Observe this polynomial. It's a 10th degree polynomial, so it is called 10th degree polynomial. These are the examples of polynomials. Now, next point I want to discuss. Students, here a polynomial is written like this. First term contains x power n, second term contains x power n minus 1, like that. With reducing powers, I am writing here. Now, another way of writing polynomial is increasing order, powers in increasing order. First, non-zero constant a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus so on an x power n. It is in the increasing order. Like this also we can write. Here this is the last term is the leading term. Here an is the leading coefficient. The degree of the polynomial is n. Here is a constant. It may be 0, may not be 0, because it is a number. It is a constant term. Now here an should not be 0. The leading coefficient should not be 0. Now please note these important things. Observe this expression. 3x square is okay. Power is a natural number 2. Here the power of x is root x, means power of x is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is a rational number. It is not a natural number. So it is not a polynomial. Now first two terms are okay, but sin x is there. It is not relative with this expression. So this is also not a polynomial. Here we have logarithm of quadratic. It is also not a polynomial. Why? Because a radical is attached to the polynomial. It is not a polynomial. But inside this is a polynomial in x. But the totality, it is not a polynomial. After that, one more point we have to discuss. If all the coefficients in the polynomial are zeros, what happens? All the coefficients a0, a1, a2, if all are zeros, what happens? 0, 0 into x, 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. So entire polynomial becomes 0. What we call that? It is called zero polynomial. Don't confuse between this and this. This is 0 degree polynomial. It is a non-zero constant. Here, if all coefficients are 0, the entire expression becomes 0. It is called zero polynomial. Non-zero constant has degree 0. It is a 0 degree polynomial. Here, if entire expression is 0, it is called zero polynomial. Now, let us discuss one more point. When a polynomial is said to be reducible polynomial. A polynomial is said to be reducible if it can be expressed as product of two polynomials. If any polynomial is expressed as product of two polynomials, then that polynomial is called reducible polynomial. For example, observe, take a quadratic equation, say x square minus 3x plus 2. This can be factorized and you will get x minus 1 into x minus 2. Please observe this example. This is a polynomial of degree 2. This is a polynomial of degree 1. This is a polynomial of degree 1. So what happened here? A polynomial is expressed as product of two polynomials. That means this polynomial is a reducible polynomial. Students, next definition, rational fraction. Please go through the definition. If f of x comma g of x are two polynomials, g of x is non-zero polynomial, then f of x by g of x is a rational fraction or rational function or fraction. Students, rational fraction definition can be explained like this. Take two polynomials, say f of x and g of x. Write in the form f of x by g of x. But remember, g of x should not be a zero polynomial. It should be non-zero polynomial. That one you have to remember. This fraction is called rational fraction. It is also called rational function or simply fraction. Look the examples. Look, numerator and denominator both all are polynomials in x. The degree of numerator is 3, degree of denominator is 2. So polynomial by polynomial, polynomial by polynomial, polynomial by polynomial. These are all called rational fractions or rational functions or simply fractions. Remember, numerator and denominator should be polynomials and the denominator should not be zero polynomial. It should be non-zero polynomial. Now continuation of this. Now a rational fraction can be discussed in 3 types. Type 1. In a rational fraction f of x by g of x, number 1, degree of f of x is greater than degree of g of x. Then f of x by g of x is called improper fraction. Number 2, degree of f of x is equal to degree of g of x. Then f of x by g of x is called improper fraction. Please observe 1 and 2. Degree of f of x, degree of g of x. That means degree of numerator and degree of denominator. I told you already, for a rational fraction, numerator and denominator both are polynomials. I already told you. If degree of numerator and degree of denominator are like this, degree of numerator is, that is degree of f of x is greater than degree of g of x, or degree of f of x and degree of g of x both are equal. In these 2 cases, we call the fraction as improper rational fraction or simply improper fraction. Remember, degree of f of x greater than degree of g of x or degree of f of x equal to degree of g of x. In these 2 cases, the rational fraction is said to be improper fraction. It is improper. Now observe the third one. Degree of f of x is less than degree of g of x. That means degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. Then the fraction is called proper rational fraction or simply proper fraction. So very easy to remember. Improper means degree of numerator is greater than or equal to degree of denominator. Proper fraction means degree of numerator should be less than degree of denominator. Now let us discuss some examples. Please observe first one. The degree of numerator is 3, degree of denominator is 1. Degree of numerator is 1. So it is improper fraction. Here degrees of numerator and denominators are equal because 2, degrees are 2 and 2. It is also improper fraction. Here degree of numerator is 1, denominator is 2. Degree of numerator is less, that's why it is a proper fraction. It's a proper fraction. Here it is a constant degree is 0, denominator degree is 2. So numerator degree is less, that's why it is proper fraction. Here degree of numerator is 1, denominator is 3, numerator degree is less, it is also a proper fraction. Here degrees are same, 1, 1. It is improper fraction. Next definition is division algorithm. I want to explain this division algorithm by taking numbers. Students, please observe 17 by 2. Here 17 and 2 are natural numbers. Let us divide 17 with 2. What you get? 2 8s are 16. You will get 1 as the remainder. Here we call 2 as divisor, 17 as dividend, 8 as quotient, 1 as remainder. Now this fraction 17 by 2 can be written as quotient plus remainder by divisor. Look, RHS 8 2s are 16 plus 1, 17 by 2 will get. So this is the way of dividing fraction with natural numbers. Same thing we can do for polynomials also. For example, take a fraction f of x by g of x. Both f of x and g of x are polynomials in x. If you divide f of x with g of x, what you get? Some quotient you will get. And if you do the process, at the end you will get remainder. Here the degree of the remainder should be less than degree of g of x, you will get. Now in this way, if you divide, the fraction can be written as quotient plus remainder by divisor. G of x is the divisor, f of x is the dividend, q of x is the quotient, r of x is the remainder. You can write the fraction like this. By this example I told you. Now take LCM here. F of x is equal to, what you get? Q of x into g of x plus r of x by g of x by g of x. Denominators gets cancelled. This is called division algorithm. This is the division algorithm. So please go through the definition. If f of x and g of x are two polynomials and g of x should not be 0, then there exist two polynomials q of x and r of x such that f of x by g of x equal to q of x plus r of x by g of x. By the division process, you can write the fraction f of x by g of x as quotient plus remainder by divisor. This is also written as f of x equal to q of x into g of x plus r of x. This is called division algorithm. Now I told you degree of g of x, degree of divisor should be greater than degree of r of x. Now suppose remainder is 0. What happens? If remainder is 0, r of x is 0, you look here. If remainder is 0, what you get? F of x equal to q of x into g of x you will get. If r of x equal to 0, then we say f of x is divisible by g of x, and we write f of x equal to g of x into g of x, q of x into g of x. If remainder is 0, we say that f of x is completely divisible by g of x in the case when remainder is 0. In this case, what we write? Remainder is 0 means f of x equal to q of x into g of x. Now by this process I already told you, f of x equal to q of x into r of x, f of x equal to q of x into g of x. Students, now what it becomes? G of x becomes a factor for f of x. G of x is a factor for f of x, and of course q of x is also a factor for f of x. This is called division algorithm. Dear students, next concept is remainder theorem. Here I am not explaining the proofs of these 3 points, just I am using these concepts and I am going to do problems. The remainder obtained when polynomial f of x is divided by x minus a is f of a. When you divide a polynomial f of x with x minus a, that is first degree factor, what will be the remainder you will get? You are dividing f of x with x minus a. What will be the remainder you will get? The remainder is f of a. What is the meaning of that? You have to put x equal to a in f of x. If you put x equal to a in f of x, you will get f of a. At the same time, the remainder obtained when the polynomial f of x is divided by x plus a is f of minus a. That means take x plus a equal to 0 means x equal to minus a. The remainder you are getting is, put x equal to minus a here. F of minus a is the remainder. Here remember we are dividing f of x with first degree polynomials. Now if you divide with second degree polynomial, what will be the remainder? When f of x is divided with x minus a into x minus b, that means a second degree polynomial which is a reducible polynomial having factors x minus a and x minus b, the remainder you will get is this one, f of a minus f of b by a minus b into x plus a into f of b minus b into f of a by a minus b. Here a and b are real or complex numbers. I told you already, I am not explaining the proofs, only I am taking this formula and I am doing problems. Let me do the first question. The remainder obtained when the polynomial is x power 4 minus 3x cube plus 9x square minus 27x plus 81 is divided by x minus 3 is. So students, first of all, assume the given polynomial as f of x. X power 4 minus 3x cube plus 9x square minus 27x plus 81 is the polynomial. You are dividing this polynomial with first degree factor x minus 3. Now what is the remainder you will get? Remainder is, this is in the form x minus a, no, the remainder is f of a, that means f of 3. So this is f of x, remainder is f of 3. You put 3 in the place of x, you will get 3. Remainder equal to f of 3, that is equal to 3 power 4 is 81 minus 27 into 3, 81 plus 9 9s are 81 minus 27 3s are 81 plus 81. Cancel, cancel, cancel. The answer is 81. The remainder is 81. Students, now second question. The remainder obtained by dividing x cube plus 4x square plus 7x minus 2 by x plus 1 is. We are dividing the polynomial with the first degree factor x plus 1. So first assume the given polynomial as f of x plus 4x square plus 7x minus 2. Now the remainder, when you according to second concept, the remainder is f of minus a, x plus 1 equal to 0, so if you take x equal to minus 1, so remainder is f of minus 1. Substitute minus 1. Minus 1 whole cube is minus 1, minus 1 whole square is plus 1, so you will get 4 into 1, 4, 7 into minus 1, minus 7, minus 2 you will get. Now minus 10 plus 4, that is minus. Students, now I am going to discuss question number 3. If the remainders obtained when f of x is divided by x plus 1 comma x minus 1 are 7 comma 3 respectively, then the remainders obtained when f of x is divided by x square minus 1 is. That is the question. Students, here f of x is divided by x plus 1. According to the second concept, the remainder obtained is f of minus 1. When f of x is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is, according to first concept, remainder is f of 1. These two are given as 7 and 3 respectively. Now we have to find remainder obtained when f of x is divided by x square minus 1. X square minus 1 means what? X plus 1 into x minus 1. According to third concept, remainder is equal to, apply in this formula, f of a is 7 minus f of b is 3 by a minus b, minus 1 minus 1, minus 1 minus 1 into x plus a into minus 1 into f of b, the second one 3 minus b means 1 into f of a 7 by a minus b minus 1 minus of b is 1. This is the remainder. Simplify this. 7 minus 3 4 minus 2. 4 by minus 2 is minus 2x. Here minus 3 minus 7 minus 10 by minus 2. Minus 10 by minus 2 is 5. Students, now question number 4. The remainders of polynomial f of x when divided by x plus 1, x plus 2, x minus 2 are 6, 15, 3. Then the remainder of f of x when divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x minus 2 is. Students, according to remainder theorem, when f of x is divided by x plus 1, the remainder you will get is f of minus 1, that is given as 6. When divided by x plus 2, the remainder is f of minus 2, that is given as 15. When divided by x minus 2, remainder is f of 2, that is 3. So we know the values of f of minus 1, f of minus 2, f of 2. Now the question is, what is the remainder when f of x is divided by the product of these three factors? I use division algorithm to find the remainder. F of x is equal to q of x, that is the quotient, into the divisor. What is the divisor? The product of the three factors plus remainder you have to write. Students, I told you the degree of the remainder should be less than degree of divisor. What is the divisor? The product of these three. When you multiply these three, the degree will be 3. So remainder degree should be less than 3. So it must be second degree. So the remainder degree will be second degree. So assume second degree polynomial as ax square plus bx plus c. This is the remainder, r of x. We have to find r of x. So to find r of x, we need a, b, c. How to find? Use these three conditions. Put x is equal to minus 1 on both sides. In the division algorithm, put x equal to minus 1. F of minus 1 equal to, put here q of minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. So this entire thing becomes 0, plus substitute x equal to minus 1. Minus 1 whole square minus 1. So we will get a minus b plus c. But what is f of minus 1? That is 6. This is equation 1. Now I suggest to put x equal to minus 2 on both sides. You will get f of minus 2. Put minus 2 here. F of minus 2 equal to, when you put minus 2, this factor becomes 0 and this entire thing becomes 0. So you have to put minus 2 here. You will get 4a. Minus 2 whole square is 4. 4a minus 2b plus c is equal to 15. This is 2. Now put x is equal to 2 on both sides. So put x equal to 2 on both sides. F of 2 is equal to q of 2 into 2 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 2 minus 2 is 0 again. It becomes 0. Put 2 here, you will get 4a plus, put 2 here, 2 into b, 2b plus c is equal to 3. This is equation 3. If you solve these three equations, you will get a, b, c values, and substitute in r of x, you will get the remainder. How to solve? Here we have c, c, c. That's why first I want to eliminate c. For that I will do 1 minus 2. Subtract 1 and 2. A minus 4a minus 3a minus b plus 2b is plus b. c, c gets cancelled. 6 minus 15 is minus 9. Now subtract 2 and 3. Subtract 2 and 3. 4a minus 4a 0, minus 2b minus 2b minus 4b C gets cancelled, is equal to 15 minus 3 is 12. Now from this b can be written as 12 by minus 4, that is equal to minus 3. I got b. Now substitute b in the above equation. Minus 3a, b is minus 3 is equal to minus 9. So minus 3a is equal to minus 6. Minus 3a equal to minus 6 implies a equal to minus 6 by minus 3, that is 2. Now I want c. I got b as minus 3, a as 2. I want c. For that you substitute b and a values in first equation. First a is 2, b is minus 3, that becomes plus 3, plus c equal to 6. So c equal to, this is 5, 6 minus 5 is 1. So I got all the values of a, b, c. Therefore remainder is, what is the remainder? When you divide with the these three factors, ax square plus bx plus c. So a is 2, so we will get 2x square. B is minus 3, minus 3x plus 1. So this is the remainder you will get.